Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck, the Stop Drinking Expert. Welcome into the Happy Sober podcast. This will be a short one today because I just want to jump in and talk about a news story that James has sent me. And thank you very much, James. It's helpful when people send me these things. James has sent me this news story without comment, so he just wants me to dig in and talk about it. I have a gut feeling about this story. I am a bit worried that you're going to think it's too harsh. So stick with me, and I want to hear your comments below, please. What you think about this story, and also what you think about my take on it. Am I right or am I wrong? So here's the news story from the New York Post. New York mom was overserved alcohol before fatal fall overboard on Taylor Swift themed cruise. Lawsuit. Now, the first point to make here is, where did this journalist go to school? Because this is just like all the words fell out of his mouth and landed on the page in no particular order. Anyway, we'll skip past that. Let's just dig into the story because I have a gut feeling. I think I know where I'm going on this. But like I said, I'm concerned that it's going to be too black and white. A New York mother who fell overboard during a Taylor Swift themed Royal Caribbean cruise was allegedly served too much alcohol as her family blamed the crew for the fatal plunge. Dulcie White's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the cruise line on Tuesday, a year after the 66-year-old went missing in the Caribbean Sea during a voyage to the Bahamas. White from Westmoreland, New York, was aboard the Allure of the Seas ship with her daughter, Megan Cluin, when she became intoxicated and fell off a balcony on October 22nd. Cluin says her mother purchased the unlimited alcoholic beverages packages as part of her ticket and was trying to get the most out of her trip. Okay. Look, I'll just hit you between the eyes with it. I don't think it's the fault of the cruise line. I think the lawsuit is distasteful, tacky, cheap, and embarrassing. And it feels like it's just trying to get a money grab. And how would money make this better? If your mother died, how would money make it better? It's embarrassing. I'm sorry. This is about personal responsibility, if you ask me. And the problem these days is too many people. This is why the world is in the state it's in. Too many people refuse to accept responsibility for their actions. And this is something I've touted for over a decade now. I don't care what's wrong in your life. You got to take responsibility for it. You got to own it. Doesn't matter if your relationship's broken, your health's bad, your financial situation is bad, you're addicted to alcohol. I don't care what it is. It's your responsibility. Now, there's a chasm between responsibility and blame. I'm not saying it's this woman's fault. I'm not blaming this woman. I'm not blaming you for having a drinking problem. But I am saying it's your responsibility. And it's your responsibility because nobody else cares. Nobody else is going to fix it for you. Even a lot of the people who say they do care don't really. Because we all live in our own little bubble. We're all focused on our own little problems, our own world. And while we're conscious of other people's problems, we're primarily focused on how they affect us. So we are a selfish monkey, basically. Nobody cares about your problems. You got to own them and take responsibility for them because nobody else is going to. Now, what a lot of people do, most people do, is rather than take responsibility, they find someone to point the finger at. They say, well, it's not my fault, but it's because of my parents. It's not my fault because my boss is an asshole who doesn't pay me enough, makes my life miserable. It's not my fault because I come from a bad neighborhood. They're always pointing at something else and saying, that's why. It's not me, it's that. And as long as you do that, you will not fix the problem. I don't care how you approach your alcohol problem, whether you do my course, you go to AA, you spend 80 grand on rehab. If you go into that process and hang on to the belief that it's not your fault, it's someone else's fault, you will not fix your problem. Step one, take responsibility. Look, this news story is sad, it's tragic, it's awful, but it's very common. You know, this drug kills 3 million people every year. Excuse me. To assume it's just stupid people who die is ridiculous. So, look, this woman, she bought an unlimited alcoholic drinks package on a cruise. You don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to realize that she planned to drink a lot consistently and continuously. Because why would you buy that package if you just plan to have a glass of wine with your evening meal? She was planning to get drunk. She was looking forward to it, probably. So, for the cruise company to then deliver what she paid for is just the completion of contract, isn't it? She bought an unlimited alcoholic drinks package, and that's what she got. And now the family want to sue the cruise company for giving her what she asked for. Yeah, look, you can point at whoever you want, but at the end of the day, unless you take responsibility for your drinking problem, you will end up in the same place as this poor woman, because alcohol has consequences, and there's always consequences every time you drink, and it's a spectrum. At this end, it's sending a text message to your ex that's really embarrassing, and you wake up in the morning and you're like, "Oh my God, why did I do that?" And at the other end is death. But there's always a consequence to drinking attractively packaged poison. So as long as you have it in your life, you are effectively rolling the dice that is going to end somewhere between texting your ex and death. That's the end of the story. There's no court case here from my point of view. It's about personal responsibility. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.